Welcome to the Growth Board, where smart strategies meet big decisions. How to financially prepare for sudden revenue loss. In today's dynamic business environment, revenue volatility is no longer rare, it's expected. External shocks, market shifts, or client decisions can lead to a sudden 30 to 50% drop in income. What separates companies that survive from those that collapse is one key principle: financial preparedness, and the strategic role of the CFO. Let's start with a real scenario. A mid-sized manufacturer lost its largest client, accounting for 47% of annual revenue, after the client unexpectedly moved production in-house to cut costs. The impact was immediate. Their challenge wasn't just revenue recovery, it was cash flow continuity. Because they had reserves in place and had modeled this scenario in advance, they avoided layoffs and sustained operations through the downturn. This example underscores an essential CFO responsibility: stress testing the company's financial resilience. Here's how that's done. Run cash flow stress tests quarterly. Model revenue drops of 20%, 40%, even 60%. Evaluate the business's ability to cover fixed costs and debt obligations under pressure. Maintain adequate liquidity buffers. Best-in-class companies retain 3 to 6 months of operating cash. These reserves are not idle, they represent strategic agility during disruption. Diversify client and revenue base. If a single customer contributes more than 25% of revenue, the business is at heightened risk during industry or account-specific crises. Now, consider this: a professional services firm in Singapore experienced a 50% project freeze during the pandemic. Because they had pre-approved access to revolving credit and had performed liquidity simulations, they preserved talent, protected their brand, and accelerated recovery once the market returned. The role of the CFO is no longer reactive. It is proactive, scenario-driven, and centered on risk mitigation. So, here are 3 practical takeaways for financial leaders. Conduct regular revenue risk assessments by segment and client. Integrate contingency planning into your budgeting cycle. Establish clear internal policies on minimum reserve levels. Remember, you can't predict disruption, but you can prepare for it. Organizations that embed financial resilience into their DNA will not only survive volatility, they'll be positioned to lead through it. And that leadership begins with the CFO. Thanks for watching the Growth Board. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.